Hi, Woods Odin here, responding to Antediluvian's latest video, Shame Fundy Shame. I'm going to link to his video in my description if it's not approved, and if you want to visit the relevant links like whatfundieslike.com, you can find those links in his video description. And I'm using my preference flag because I am a mess. I've been cleaning since, I've been cleaning for the past couple of days and I look like hell. So, anyway, um, I have no words for this scummy preacher. If you watch this guy, he's basically saying, not just to forgive your abusers, but that it's the fault of the abuse victim, the child, for, quote, allowing this sin to happen. In particular, it was a situation of sexual molestation. Now, I do understand that moderate Christians would never give a sermon like this. I understand that moderate Christians would say something like, God loves you and does not want you to be abused, so you need to go tell somebody, or you would have a, some sort of church official or someone connected to the church contact social services or something. I understand moderate Christians do not want any of this. But, wow. I could overlook some of the language in this video. For example, sexual liberties was a euphemism for sexual abuse. But let's face it, a lot of religious people like euphemisms. They think it's polite to speak in euphemisms. I could overlook that if the conclusion of the sermon wasn't, hey man, this is your fault and you need to get right with your abusive parents and forgive them, and it's your fault for, quote, allowing this sin to happen. I mean, that's beyond disgusting. And frankly, I just don't understand how people like this preacher can live with himself. I don't even know if this guy is so warped that he thinks his opinion is right. Because this isn't a matter of like, well, let's go laugh at the person worshiping a mystical sky daddy or whatever. You know, I don't even, I don't care what people believe. Really, I don't. Um, Religion, I think, could be therapeutic for a lot of people. But this is just disgusting beyond words. And I don't understand why. I mean, I wonder, does this person still have a job? Probably. I mean, I would hope that somebody in the congregation goes over his head and say, this is, this person used the Bible to justify telling a child that sexual abuse is her fault. And then hopefully somebody over his head would say, above him in this particular church would say, you don't do that. That's irresponsible at best. And at worst, it means you are a thoroughly disgusting human being. That's not our job as a church. Our job is to help people, and instead you're causing somebody harm and preventing the girl from getting proper help instead of helping her find proper help. But I doubt that happened. Some people who have been abused find it therapeutic to forgive their abusers, but that's long after the fact. They're adults, they're living their life, and probably don't have any contact with the abuser, so they forgive them and take a weight off their shoulders and still don't have any contact with the abuser and just go on living their life and know that the abuse was not right and it wasn't their fault, etc. But this isn't, clearly that wasn't the time for forgiveness. Clearly that was the time to get this girl therapy and call social services. I mean, I don't know. I just I mean, obviously this is a bad thing, but the reason I'm making a video about it isn't so much to say that it's bad, because clearly it's bad. I mean, there are going to be 500 comments saying, this guy sucks. We all know this. This guy sucks. But, the reason I'm making this video is to express the fact that I'm absolutely perplexed that the, this person would actually stand behind a pulpit in a position of authority. Cuckoo bananas authority. This isn't like actual, I am an authority on a real subject matter and I'm going to teach you how to do something that will get you along in the world. No. Yeah, it's Cuckoo Bananas authority, but people see him as an authority. So, okay, so he has this position of authority, right? And he's using it to do what he's doing. To me, this is like, how can anyone do this? And does he really believe it? Does he really honestly believe what he is saying? What do you think? Do you think he believes it? Do you think that there's any chance that this guy will get fired for doing damage to people from behind his pulpit, from behind his holy vestments, even though it's a suit and tie, but you know how I'm using that phrase. I mean, he's cloaked in this position of authority. You think he'll ever get fired for abusing his authority like that? Doubtful. Well, I got shit to do. Because, now I'm making dinner. I mean, man, I didn't even think I'd be on YouTube. It's been like a busy couple of days. Okay. So, this is Woods of Odin, and I do have a cool sign off. Albeit stolen.